All right, today we're going to look at a Okamoto PRG series. This is a number 6. This is a precision rotary grinder. We've serviced the machine quite a bit here. We disassembled a lot of it and replaced some bellows and got some new switches in there. Also, we had the machine repainted and we went over all the features, and so I'm going to talk to you about some of those features. So over here we have the coolant system, which has a magnetic separator and a dust collector. So that's equipped with a magnetic separator and a dust collector. Over here you have your magnet where you keep your work. We've dressed this magnet in and ground it nice and flat. So this machine is all ready to go. As you can see here, there's quite a bit of life, and the life of this magnet goes well below what you're seeing here. This is just a ring going around the outside of this chuck. In other words, if you would have loosened a couple of set screws around the outside, you could lift this ring off and see that you've got quite a bit of chuck life below that. So down here, you've got some sliding dogs that you use to adjust the stroke of the table going back and forth underneath the wheel. You can slide it out to the fullest extent so that it would cover the entire chuck, but if you're only working on a certain area, you can keep it closer, and for the video it's going to be easier if we keep them closer. Below this chuck is a reservoir with lubricating oil in it. You see that oil there. There's also this chuck is driven by an external motor with a couple of V-belts, and the speed of it is adjusted. It's variable. It's adjusted with that potentiometer there, and the speed of the table going back and forth would be adjusted with this potentiometer there. So over here you've got a little hydraulic system. Over here is a pump and a motor, and behind there inside the casting is a small tank that provides hydraulic oil to operate the downfeed mechanism. And over here you've got a one-shot lubrication pump that you pump that in a couple of times a day for your lubrication of the ways. Don't forget, this has already got its own, and I believe this bottom slide has got like a bath of oil, so it's coming from the hydraulic. It's coming from the hydraulic reservoir also. So hydraulic is used. Obviously, it's going to be a Way-Lube combination hydraulic oil, like a Vacuoline. Up here we got a Sony DRO set up on your vertical axis and your table slide in and out. We have over-the-wheel dresser, and the speed of the dresser you would address here. I'm guessing this is a 14-inch grinding wheel, but you could check the information on the quotation, as well as the diameter of that chuck. All right, so here you've got your hand wheel for feeding up and feeding down. You could do this by hand if you wanted to. And over here you've got your down feed dial, which is, we're going to talk about that in a minute. But anyway, to start up the machine here, first thing you need to do is make sure you have your chuck controller, that's your chuck controller here, on, and then you get the green light. Then you want to start your hydraulic pump. With the hydraulic pump running and nothing else running, the chuck not running, the wheel not running, this is the only time, the only condition where you could use your rapid buttons here to rapid this up or down. Once you turn the chuck on and the wheel on, you can only go up and down by hand. It's a safety. You can't use those rapid buttons. So you've got the hydraulics running now. Now we could start our rotary table. We got the table going now. So once that's on, and we could start the table running. As soon as I press that button, we get a nice green light comes on, and our table starts moving in. Now, one of the things about this machine is the closer that grinding wheel gets to the center of that chuck, if you pay attention, you'll see that this chuck starts to go faster. That's a special design of this Okamoto, to keep the surface beat continuous. If I open this up a little bit now so we go more toward the center, you can hear the difference in the RPM. And then as it backs out, it slows itself down. Okay, next thing we can do is start the wheel. So now we're going back and forth, and we've got everything working except the down feed. And the down feed is going to start as soon as I press this button here. And what we're going to do is we're going to see this dial here moving. The amount it moves is adjusted with this. So I'm going to start this up. When you see that light come on, you know you're going to have down feed. So you just saw it move here. This outer dial here is what you'll adjust so that it stops at the 0 you want it to stop at. You have to do a test piece and find out where you're at. But when this gets to 0, which is coming up in a second, the in-feed, the down feed will stop and it'll go into a spark out mode. But as soon as you hit 0, you'll know because that indicator light there will go off. Okay, there you are. So now we're not going to feed down anymore, but we're going to spark out. However many passes you have set here. I only have 1 for the video, but you can go up to as many as 6. And that's back and forth. And when it's done, it'll go to its parked position so that you have room to unload your parts. Well, you see here is the speed of the table. This is the speed of the chuck. So if this is the end now, the grinding wheel shuts off and the chuck stops spinning automatically. Now the amount of that increment that you're feeding here each time has this micrometer adjustment. You can fine tune this to feed off just as much as you want. Machine is currently wired for 220 volts, 3-phase, and she's still moving to her park position. And that's pretty much it. We have a little guard here that swings around, keeps you dry. Got a nice piece of plexi something in there, Lexan. Oh, okay. Sorry. We have the over-the-wheel dresser. I guess I could show you. It comes out, and it's kind of fast. There you go. And you feed your diamond down on the top there. Alright, so that's pretty much everything. I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you very much.